The 2011 season has been a season of surprises. The 23-year-old third-round pick from Sacramento has more than opened eyes around the major leagues, posting numbers equal to the aces on his left and right. The surprises kept coming in bunches from the bullpen and from a 27-year-old bouncing between AAA and the big club. Last night we went right past surprise and directly to shock with the pitch that took away Cliff Lee's near shutout. But it was no surprise the way Game 148 came to an end.
Toward the alley in left center field, Bonifacio got a late start. It's going to the wall. Martinez is around third, heading for home. The throw by Murphy, and the Phillies win it. The magic number is down to 2. On opposite field, game-winning double for Ryan Howard. It's a 2-1 victory.
A lot of traffic out at Ashford Alley, and they are expecting to celebrate tonight here at Citizens Bank Park. It's game 1 of a 4-game series between the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. And who thought at the beginning of the year there would be signs and haircuts that would emulate tonight's starting pitcher, Vance Worley? Well, he'll take the ball tonight as the Phillies look to clinch. Their magic number is down to 2. They lead the Braves by 12 games. The Braves will play the Mets. That begins at 7:35. And the Cardinals, they're still within reach, not only in the Central, but also in the wild card race. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Gary Matthews. Wheels will be around in just a little bit. All right, the Phillies have had a lot of mainstays this year, guys that everybody expected would provide a spark. But, Sart, they've also had some surprises, including John Mayberry and the guy on the mound tonight, Vance Worley.
Yeah, you need to have that in order to win. And pleasant surprises, I like to call them a diamond in the rough. These guys have been doing the job. Take a look here at Vance, 11-2 going into tonight's game. ERA under 3 there. Look at his pitches as they have a lot of movement. What I like about him, he's not afraid. Throws that ball inside, as he has a lot of confidence there, and that's how you get hitters out when they're off balance. Young John Mayberry Jr., take a look at him as he's hitting that ball out of the ballpark there through his career. 3 pinch hit home runs, and this guy here has learned how to hit. He's changed his stance there, and that's why he's doing exactly what he is at the age of 27 there. He's earned his way on this ball club by hitting. Look at those RBIs. When you take a look at Vance Worley there, boy, I got to tell you, those strikeouts there, 103, Tom, 55 of those actually looking.
And a 2.92 earned run average, so he'll give the Phillies a chance to clinch tonight here at Citizens Bank Park. It's game 1 of a 4-game series between the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. Jaime Garcia will take the baseball for the Cards. He's been very good as a starting pitcher against the Phillies, and of course Worley making his 20th big league start of the year. Well, in this series you have the National League leader in RBIs in Ryan Howard. You also have the National League leader in home runs in Albert Pujols. The lineups and first pitch for tonight's game coming up next. clinch their 5th consecutive National League East title? We shall see. They'll get underway in about a half hour in Atlanta. The Mets and the Braves will keep an eye on that. The Phillies' magic number to clinch the division is down to 2. And Vance Worley, who's had himself such a good rookie season, will once again take the baseball here at Citizens Bank Park, and he'll do it with the same kind of personality that we've seen all year long. Composed, determined, and unbelievably confident. Let's take a look at the Cardinals starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at shortstop, Rafael Furcal. Alan Craig is in right field. He'll hit second. Albert Pujols bats third, followed by Lance Berkman and David Freese. John Jay, the center fielder, hits sixth. And the bottom third of Molina, Shoemaker, and Jaime Garcia to face Vance Worley.
And here is Vance Worley. Great numbers, as Tom said. He is 7-0 in this ballpark. Has won 7 straight games in this ballpark in his 12 starts. Overall, an 11-2 record. Finally lost a game when 2 outs and nobody on base the other day, and Milwaukee wound up giving up some runs. Phillies were not able to come back in that one. But this guy has just been outstanding in what is his rookie year. Here's our Southwest Airlines scouting report on him. Slider, curveball, changeup. That backup sinker is his pitch, though. 88 to 92 with his fastball. It's what he's done his last 10 starts. And called third strikes. 53% of his strikeouts are on called third strikes, and a lot of them on that pitch we just talked about that just freezes hitters.
I think part of it is that he surprises the hitters because he's so young, and he has refined that two-seamer to the point where he could throw it at any time.
Yeah, Brian Snyder does a great job catching him back there and waiting most of the time till 2 strikes till they throw it, and it just seems to freeze hitters. We'll see if he has it going tonight, and if the home plate umpire, who's Rob Drake, is prone to call it. Now it's time for our Nissan Keys to the game. A little different night here. It's a nice night for baseball. The wind has really died down. Well, hey, these St. Louis Cardinals are going to be tough here because they are fighting for a wild card spot with the Braves, and the Phillies, on the other hand, they know it's inevitable, and they are looking to celebrate as soon as possible.
Yeah, the Cardinals have 2 destinations in sight. They have the Central. They're down 5.5 behind the Brewers. And they have the wild card. They're down 4.5 to the Braves. Rafael Furcal leads it off for St. Louis. There was some question as to whether he was going to be in the lineup because of a sprained left knee. And he takes, and it's high, and we're underway.
I haven't seen this guy much because he's been hurt a lot. And, of course, the last time we saw him, he was in a Dodgers uniform.
6 home runs with the Cardinals and 13 runs batted in.
Right on top of home plate.
And a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
Rarely see a guy stand that close to the plate.
Tony La Russa in his 16th year with the Cardinals. 2,719 wins.
He's a big-time baseball guy. A lot of respect everybody has for Tony La Russa. Charlie Manuel really has a lot of respect for him. Always talks highly of him and really enjoys the times when they get a chance to sit and talk baseball. Charlie says you learn stuff from him.
Well, his win total, managerial win total, 3rd most in Major League history. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Rafael Furcal. And he got him on the inside corner. There's that two-seamer. One away here in the first.
And that was a called third, right?
Yes, it was.
It's amazing. It really is. You just never cease to marvel at this. How many of the strikeouts he gets are called third strikes. Here's that little comeback sinker. Now, this is a guy standing right on top of the plate trying to take it away from him, really. He threw it right at him, boom, over the plate.
Worley's numbers at home, a 2.07 earned run average. Worley and Cliff Lee have some of the best home numbers in Major League Baseball. Alan Craig is the hitter, and he fouls the first pitch off the mask of Brian Schneider. It's 0-1. Craig is in right field tonight. He was 4 for 5 in the Cardinals' last game with a couple of home runs. And it's no balls and 1 strike to him.
Another guy's been hurt. Freese, who's playing here tonight, he's been hurt a lot. They've had a difficult year, have the Cardinals, with injuries, and it started with Wainwright in spring training.
And they'll be without Matt Holliday for this weekend series.
That's a big loss. There's no better 3 hitters in baseball than Matt Holliday and Berkman and Pujols when those guys are together.
Swing and a miss. It gets away from Schneider. He'll try to complete the strikeout. He gets to it and does. Nice play by Mayberry. 2 up, 2 strikeouts. And the putout goes 2-3. 105 strikeouts now on the season for Vance Worley.
That was a breaking ball. May have been a curveball. It looked a little slow. Ooh, that had some bite to it. You see Brian trying to block it. Luckily, he kept it close enough that he was able to throw him out as Big John stayed on the bag.
So 2 outs, and Albert Pujols is the hitter. Pujols has 8 RBIs in the last week of games. 93 on the season. He leads the National League in home runs with 35, and he rips one towards center field. It'll slice a little bit to right center, but Victorino is there. And it's a 2-out single for Pujols.
Boy, he hits it hard. Reminds you of Pence a little bit and Ryan Howard. They're just different, the sound it makes when guys like that hit a baseball.
Well, 2,055 hits in his major league career. That'll bring Berkman into the plate. Berkman's hit .341 here in the month of September. His overall average .290 with 30 home runs. He's had somewhat of a renaissance this year with the Cardinals. Look what he did last year. At this point, he was with the Yankees and was filling in a little bit at first, DH in some, but was not having anywhere near the year he's having this season with the Cardinals.
He's off to a tremendous start. He just kept it going for most of the season.
On the inside corner, 0-2.
Still hits a lot more home runs left-handed. 26 of the 30 are left-handed, but he's not the out that he used to be right-handed. He can still hurt you.
Well, let's see how Brian Schneider and Vance Worley pitch him in this at bat with the count 0-2.
Now, this guy is smart. He's looked at a lot of video. Oh. Jimmy Rollins is on his way to the dugout. Now he's kind of acting like he's just fixing some dirt out there.
One-two pitch. And it fades outside. 2-2.
He tried to throw that pitch of his that he gets so many strikeouts on, but missed with it.
Active leaders in on-base percentage. Berkman is third. Pujols is first.
Yeah, Berkman will walk a lot.
Worley in his last start went 6 2/3 as David Freese waits on deck. He allowed 8 hits and 3 runs. Lost that game to the Brewers 3-2. He had some issues with the home plate umpire Jerry Davis. Now, he didn't outwardly say anything about it, but other folks said it for him. 2-2 pitch. Hit towards center field. Victorino comes sprinting in, and he makes the diving grab. As he tumbles, he hangs on, and the side is retired. Excellent defense behind Vance Worley. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and 1 outstanding play by a Gold Glover in center field. Alley is pretty busy right now. They got a number of different items. Old and new. There's some of the older items, and some of the newer items are hanging on the opposite wall. Stop by there if you get a chance, if you come to Citizens Bank Park before the end of the regular season or in the postseason. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Jimmy Rollins leads it off at shortstop, followed by Shane Victorino and Chase Utley. Hunter Pence bats cleanup. Placido Polanco hits fifth, then John Mayberry sixth, and then Francisco, Schneider, and Worley. And they'll face 25-year-old left-hander Jaime Garcia. I aged him a couple, or detracted some of his age.
Yeah, well, that's all right with him.
Garcia's good. He's 12-7, a 3.68 earned run average.
He's real good. He's out of Reynosa, Mexico. Good-looking pitcher.
Rollins takes low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Throws him change up there, and he will pitch inside to right-handed batters and compete.
Rollins hits it hard towards shortstop, but it's caught by Furcal. And one away. Jaime Garcia this year, as we said, 3.68 earned run average. They have he has given up a lot of unearned runs, and we'll get to that point in just a moment. And that's one of the reasons why he's just 12-7.
Yeah, he started 3 games in his career against the Phillies, and he's 2-0 in those starts with a 0.86 earned run average. And the St. Louis Cardinals have won all 3 of those games. That's our Southwest Airlines scouting report on him. And as we mentioned, he will pitch inside. He has a good changeup and has an idea out there.
Phillies pitchers this year have given up 27 unearned runs. That's pretty impressive. Victorino takes on the inside corner. Garcia alone has given up 19 unearned runs.
Well, you know, the Phillies have done something really well this year, and that's pitch. And they catch a ball, too.
To center field. Misread for a moment by John Jay. But he's able to rebound. 2 outs. Well, with one set of statistics, you get an indication on why the Phillies are successful and why the Cardinals left-hander has just a 12-7 record, or maybe not a little bit better.
Right. Unearned runs.
Here's Chase Utley playing in his 91st game this year. Last year he played in 115 games. He has 10 home runs, 41 runs batted in. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, he was on his way, of course, to playing in a lot more games, and then that ball off his head last week in that Braves game set him back for a week. Michael Martinez, one of the guys who have been filling in for him. Wilson Valdez, Pete Orr, all those guys have seen a lot of playing time with Rollins and Utley out of the lineup.
There's John Bowker. They're hoping to get him in the lineup at some point over the next couple of days to give him some ABs. 1-2 the count to Utley. Chase was 2 for 5 in yesterday's day-night doubleheader. The second time this year the Phillies swept a day-night doubleheader from the Florida Marlins. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Mark Sakowitz from Fulcroft, Pennsylvania. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Mark will win $100. Three and 2 the count to Utley. Hunter Pence batting cleanup tonight. Ryan Howard gets the night off. Charlie Manuel was asked about that. Said, is it because of his sore feet and there's a lefty? He said, no, a little bit of both. Slow roller right side. And Schumacher is there, and the Phillies are retired in order. Phillies go down 1-2-3, so Jaime Garcia has an easy bottom of the first. It's on to the second here in Philadelphia. official Phillies merchandise, now featuring the MLB Authentic Collection, T-shirts and hoodies. There's one of the hoodies. And more postseason styles will arrive daily. The Majestic Clubhouse store at Citizens Bank Park, open every day from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Look at that cat. He's there with eye black on and ready to go. Mike Miller, one of our camera operators, was wearing one of the new sweatshirts and spotted a youngster who already has one of the new sweatshirts.
They're looking to see, are we on Fanavision right now? No, you're on even more than that.
That's exactly
You're on
right.
the big time telecast here.
He's wearing the giveaway for tonight, brought to you by Cabrini College, that Nick cap. Pretty neat.
There are going to be some phones ringing in that family.
David Freese leads it off here in the second. Swings at the first pitch.
This is another one of their players they really like. He's hurt a lot. He missed 51 games this year.
Yeah, he's had a broken bone in his hand and also has been bothered by a sore hamstring. Overall hitting .294 with 9 home runs. Oh, and 2 the count. And a breaking ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One of the issues that Vance Worley had in his last outing is that he was allowing the leadoff batter to get aboard. In fact, in 5 of the 7 innings he pitched, the leadoff hitter got aboard for the Brewers, but they didn't score a whole lot of runs. Only 1 until the 7th. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard up in Boston, the Rays, who upended the Red Sox yesterday, lead the Red Sox 2-0 today. That's Josh Beckett, who's pitching for Boston.
Seems like Longoria is getting a little warm lately.
Yeah, Longoria and B.J. Upton both are getting hot at the right time for the Rays, who are just 3 games behind the Red Sox in the race for the wild card, and the Angels are only 4 games back. Outside, ball 4.
Didn't seem that long ago reading stories lamenting that, well, this is the first time in a long time there's not going to be any races in the wild card. You know, everything's decided. And don't look in that rear view mirror too quick. Now in the Phillies case,
you can look in the rear view mirror. You might not see who's behind you.
They've had an amazing season to open it up the way that they did.
John Jay is the batter with a runner at first, and Jay takes inside. John Jay has essentially become the center fielder for the Cardinals ever since Colby Rasmus was traded to the Blue Jays. He's hitting .316 on the road. Runner goes, and ball's fouled away. Sounded like he may have broken his bat.
And bringing him a choice.
Well, there's a lot of juice in the ballpark tonight, as you would expect. It's Friday night. Comfortable in the mid-60s. It was cloudy for most of the late afternoon here in the Delaware Valley.
Nice night for a game.
And the folks are hoping to do a little celebrating. John Jay's been one of the hottest hitters in September in the National League. He's hitting .442 in September.
He's a really good looking player, and he can run too. He has 17 infield hits.
Hits that one toward left field. Francisco venturing back. He gets to the spot. And Freese was a half step past the second base bag and had to go back and touch it and go back to first. During the 2011 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. And a lot of money donated to that cause because the Phillies have won 97 games, which matches their total from a year ago. There's Yadier Molina. And he rips one towards short, just over the glove of Rollins. Second hit of the night for the Cardinals. They have first and second with one out.
Talked about it last night how Chase Utley came up and got a hit because the infielders have to cheat for a double play. There's another example. You have to cheat for the double play. Now Jimmy Rollins is all the way back where he would be with nobody on base. That's a stay with him hit for Molina. You know, boy, you hit that nice, but take some pine. And in this case, with the infield, you got to cheat up. You're going to get a base hit out of it.
That'll bring Schumacher to the plate, playing second base tonight. Batting eighth, hitting .292. He's been productive with the average since the All-Star break. 0 for his last 6, which has dropped him down under 300 to .292.
A lot of similar type players. You know, you're not dealing with guys with a lot of power, but they have some contact hitters, they have doubles hitters, and they have grinded out type hitters too. And you know, that's a little reflection of the way La Russa likes to play. Of course, he's got 3 bombers too when Matt Holliday's around.
Well, he is a bomber as a hitting coach as well.
Yes. Mark McGwire out there standing behind the batting cage during batting practice, watching his guys.
Started the runners.
They were running 3-1, so you know they're going to run 3-2, which is interesting with a pitcher on and 1 out and the pitcher on deck. Because you strike out into a double play, you lead off with the pitcher next inning. Tony La Russa, a lot of times you look at what a good hitting team they are average wise. He will bat his pitcher 8th and a position player 9th.
Runners go again. The pitch fouled away again.
He has a lot of confidence in Schumacher that he's not going to strike out into a double play. You hardly ever see teams run with 1 out, a 3-2 count, and the 8-hole hitter up because the pitcher's on deck.
They go again. Pitches take it inside. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Worley.
Brian Schneider threw that. You could see he let up on it a little bit because obviously that's a live ball at that point. That's why catcher wants to get a quick call from the home plate umpire. He's talking to him right now. As Utley comes in to say something to Worley. Brian Schneider was just talking to Rob Drake about that. They want a quick call on that count so they don't go firing the ball down there on a walk. Because if it goes into the outfield, guys can keep on running.
Phillies will set up to try to turn 2 and get out of this inning. Its bases loaded. 1 out, top of the second. A scoreless game. Jaime Garcia, the pitcher, is the batter. He swings at the first pitch, took a pretty good hack, and he fouled it back.
It was a really good hack for a guy 6 for 55. Does have a homer this year.
8 runs batted in for his career.
6 of them this year. That's a little bit of an equalizer right there. You see him take a hack like he took at a fastball. They wanted to throw something a little bit off speed.
Oh, and 2 the count to Garcia.
Another curveball. A lot of pitches already for Worley.
.21 this inning, 14 in the first.
That was a great time to throw that sinker, that comeback sinker that he's been so effective with, but that one didn't move much.
He might throw it again. And there it is. Garcia's down looking. Third strikeout.
His reaction. You know, that's not a reaction where you're angry at an umpire or anything. It's like, man, that thing really froze me. And I even know he throws it. Here it comes. You see it just. Watch him just shake his head like, what am I going to do with that?
So here's the top of the order for Call, and he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. For Call went down looking his first time up. 106 strikeouts for Worley this year, 57 looking.
Yeah, he came in with, as we said, a percentage of 53%.
And now he's behind 2-0 to for Call.
This is what his MO has been in his brief major league career. As he gets into trouble and he pitches out of it. Well, you know, he'd much rather have easier innings. But now he's really got himself in a pickle against a pretty good hitter ahead in the count.
Alan Craig on deck, the number 2 hitter. And ball 4. That just missed, and he forces in a run. Third walk of the inning for Worley. It's 1-0 Cardinals. And here comes Rich Doobie. That was a close pitch.
Yeah, it was. So was the one where he walked Schumacher to load him, but they missed. Now this conversation, a couple of things by Rich Doobie. Number one is let's just limit the damage to this. It's high and outside. Ball 4. He knows it.
One part of Worley's success over his last handful of starts is the Phillies have scored runs for him. His last 11 starts, and he's 7-1, and the Phillies are 10-1. They've scored 64 runs for him, or excuse me, 74 runs for him. That's an average of nearly 7 runs per game.
That can help you win.
Now, some of those runs were scored when he was out of the game, but he was working pretty deep into ball games.
Now here's the example we were just talking about too, Tom, of how he's been able to limit damage in innings, even when he has a tough inning like this with some walks, as he doesn't give up a big inning for the most part. And that's what he needs to do, is make pitches right here and just have it 1-0. That's a good start. That's what that guy does as well as anybody we've ever seen. Roy Halladay.
Yeah, the opposition's hitting just over 100 against Halladay with the bases loaded. Ground ball back toward the middle. Utley is there, flips to Rollins, and the inning is over. So Worley does limit the damage. He allows a run on a bases loaded walk. The Cardinals leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the second here in Philly. It's 1-0 St. Louis. Starting Monday, you can catch TV's #1 comedy 5 nights a week at 7:30 and 11. The Big Bang Theory is just 3 days away. See it all from the beginning, starting Monday on PHL 17. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Cardinals. You can add that to your library of 30 Rock.
Yeah, I like 30 Rock. Yeah. Good show. Upper Darby's very own Tina Fey is great in that show.
Well, I'm not sure where any of the cast members are from the Big Bang Theory, but it's funny.
Yeah. I'll take your word for that.
Hunter Pence leads it off. He's hit it 9 straight. So Vance Worley allowed a run in the top of the second, but that's it. And now he'll see if his offense can get things clicking.
Yeah, that was really big what he did there to just limit the damage when he was struggling.
Straightaway center field, not that deep. So 4 up, 4 down for Jaime Garcia. And that'll bring Placido Polanco to the plate. Their generation has seen nothing but winning from this ball club.
You get a whole generation of kids growing up here that say, well, this team wins all the time. That must be boring. And their parents can go, not really.
But enjoy it because it has been great.
It can be cyclical sometimes, so have a good time. And right now, there's no better era.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Polanco. Polanco 2 for 3 in yesterday's day-night doubleheader.
Well, they are officially underway in Atlanta. Half an hour behind the Phillies tonight.
And the Mets have a base runner with 1 out in the top of the first.
This will be one time when we'll be checking that score out a lot tonight.
Chris Capuano for the Mets. He's number 38. Derek Lowe for the Braves. He's number 32. Polanco sends it toward left center field. On the run, John Jay, and he can't get there. Over his head into the wall. Polanco to second, a 1-out double. First hit of the night for the Phillies. It's a good sign for Vance Worley to see somebody like Polanco hit one into the alleyway against Jaime Garcia.
Yeah, he really nails this too. Garcia got a pitch up. That was a changeup. And just kind of stayed up and out over the plate. And boy, he nailed it. That John Jay can run out there. He didn't run a real good route at that one. On that one, though.
So Polanco is safe at second, safe and secure with New York Life. That'll bring John Mayberry to the plate. 31 runs batted in his last 41 games. And he takes inside and low, 1-0.
Thinking about long balls. Garcia has thrown 14 of them this year. 12 of them to right-handed hitters.
Yeah, his batting average against is not that great. You know, the opposition's hitting .278 against him. Line drive down the left field line. It's a fair ball, and the ball game's going to be tied. Mayberry's going to second, an RBI double, his 32nd in his last 42nd ball game, and he contributes once again. The second half he's putting together.
And how about how many extra base hits this guy gets too? Again, an extra base hit. I think it was a fastball that he hit, put a little hook on it, but had plenty to keep it fair. And double a run for the Phillies. Just like that, they tie it up.
So 1-1 ball game. Here's Francisco. Although Francisco has not played that often here in the second half, he has hit the ball well lately. He's got a runner in scoring position in Mayberry. Ground ball left side. It's a fair ball, and it takes a bad hop for Freeze.
Boy, it sure did.
You're going to charge an error to Freeze, his 11th of the year. That lip at the edge of the infield grass has, well, It's bothered some infielders on the other teams this year.
Kind of like the old days with AstroTurf when it hit the cutout. See right there, it hit that lip and then went straight down, and it's just really hard to have reactions that fast.
So the Phils are threatening again with one out, runners on first and second, a run across the plate. Brian Schneider's the batter.
And no chance for John to move over to third base. Mayberry to move over to third base because all that was happening right around the bag. Look at what they've done with him catching.
They've won 19 of his last 20 appearances behind the plate,
including the game that Kyle Kendrick started yesterday, the day game.
Ground ball right side. It's going to be flagged down by Schumacher. Garcia didn't cover first, so it's an infield single for Brian Schneider. Carlos Ruiz getting the night off. He enjoyed that. The bases are loaded. And other good news around the National League. Look what's going on down in Atlanta. David Wright against Derek Lowe, his 13th home run of the year, and that was a shot. And it's 2-0 New York in the top of the first.
Slider down, 2. Not a bad pitch there, it didn't look like, by Derek Lowe, but he knew where it was headed.
Derek Lowe has allowed now 11 earned runs in his last 15 1/3 innings. Here the Phillies have tied it up at 1. They have the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the second.
This guy will be hacking too. Vance Worley likes to hit, and he hits balls hard.
They've changed Francisco's ball to a base hit.
And a good job again to correct that, because it hit the lip, and it's just really hard to catch that ball when it did that.
Ground ball foul, and it's 0-2. Do you agree that Lance Berkman is a little shallow in left field for Vance Worley?
Yes.
I mean, he may fly out to Berkman, but he can, if he hits it, he can hit it.
Yeah, but what he's thinking is a fly ball out there, and he's going to throw Mayberry out at the plate.
Well, no fly ball. It's a strikeout. 2 outs here in the second. That'll bring Jimmy Rollins to the plate.
Well, he pitched Worley like he's a hitter.
Cardinals had the bases loaded in their half of the second. They got a run. The Phillies got their run before they loaded up the bases here at the bottom of the second. Let's see if they can get another one or two. Big curveball outside, 1-0.
Yeah, this is the spot where Worley was able to limit the damage in the second inning, and the Phillies are hoping that Garcia doesn't do the same thing here.
Little number up the third base line. It's a foul ball. And Jimmy was running really well up the first base line.
Well, we've seen him run a long time. That'll keep up. He's going to be able to do that.
He said the other day when we talked to him about his first at bat off the DL that he jumped out of the box and he started sprinting up the first base line. And he said that psychologically he told himself, whoa, hold on. and he backed off a little bit, but he said that he feels if there's a ball that's hit toward the hole or slowly hit like that, that he can beat it.
Well, he thought that was a hit, obviously. When the last time he saw it, he thought he had had a chance for a hit. He was really flying down that line.
1-2 the count. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Throwing him a lot of off-speed stuff. That was a breaking ball there to go to 3-2. Change-ups, curveballs.
Runners go. Pitches popped up. Albert Pujols and Schumacher are there, and Schumacher makes the catch. And the Phillies leave them loaded here in the second. They do get a run, though, on an RBI double by John Mayberry to draw even at 1 apiece. For Mayberry, it's his 16th of the year. We go to the third in a 1-1 game. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Wheels, the question is, what Cardinals stole 16 bases against the Phillies in a single season? That's a lot of bases.
What year was it?
They'll give it away. The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning.
I almost got you to say it, too.
I wanted to see if it was a year. Well, I wanted to see where it was in his career.
Well, if you were to give me a certain decade, let's say, it would make it easier.
I understand that.
Because they had a real good base stealer.
Vince Coleman?
That's one of them, yeah.
Albert Pujols leads it off.
They had a couple really good base stealers when you throw Vince Coleman in there.
Willie McGee?
He was good, too. They were called the Running Redbirds for a reason.
Pujols singled his first time up. First of 2 hits for the Cardinals in the first couple of innings. It's odd to see Pujols' batting average under 300. It's a 297. I mean, he's a lifetime 300-plus hitter.
He can still get there.
Oh, yeah. He's got 2 hits tonight.
And they were both BBs. That's going to be a well-compensated free agent at the end of this season. We talked last week about Prince Fielder, where there's another guy that's going to hit the lottery.
Can you imagine him leaving St. Louis?
Well,
I guess in this day and age.
Yeah, you can. I know what you mean, but yes, you can.
I mean, I could see Prince Fielder leaving Milwaukee. He's made that clear over the last couple of days that he thinks he is going to leave Milwaukee.
But I think, there's a little bit of animosity going on between the Cardinals and Pujols at this point, and that would be the reason. But yeah, I mean, he is their franchise and has been.
I don't know what the last reported offer was, but it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I think he wants more.
Right, and then they just shut down negotiations for the season. That was in spring training, right?
Around there, yeah.
When they made the offer.
0-1 the count to Berkman, who's also a free agent. And it's 0-2. Berkman said a couple days ago that he'd like to stay in St. Louis, but he'd also just like a comfortable offer. I'm kind of paraphrasing. But he said, at this point in my career, it's safe to say that if I'm not thrilled with the opportunity out there for me, well, then that'll be it. Hunter Pence gives way to Victorino. Well, let's go back to Atlanta, where Ruben Tejada against Derek Lowe with the bases loaded lines a single to center field, and that brings home 2 more. Duda scored the first run, and then the Mets drew the throw. J.R. Toll drew the throw over to third, but they did get 2 runs across the plate, so they lead it 4-0 as that game is going to the bottom of the first. Good start for New York.
Yeah.
Again, if the Braves lose and the Phillies win, the Phillies have clinched their 5th straight National League East title.
And the Cardinals look up there and see that score, and they like it too.
2 balls and no strikes.
They don't like Milwaukee beating Cincinnati 4-1.
51 pitches already for Worley. Boy, if the Cardinals make it into the postseason ahead of the Braves, then the potential matchups we've been talking about for the last couple weeks, totally different.
Oh yeah. Well, if they make it in ahead of the Braves, they are really going to be a hot team, and they're going to have to accomplish something here this weekend.
And Tony La Russa will have to do it this weekend without Matt Holliday. It's 2-2 to Freeze with a runner at first. Hypothetically, if the Cardinals pass the Braves, then the Phillies will face the Cardinals in the opening round. As it is right now, the Phillies will face the Brewers, because they're tied with the Diamondbacks for the 2nd best record in the National League, and they own the tiebreaker. The Diamondbacks do. Goes. Pitch fouled away.
Well, they're going to need some guys out of that bullpen tonight. The pitch count is really climbing at an alarming rate for Worley. One of the reasons is there are a lot of foul balls being hit.
3-2, 1 out. Freeze is ready. Pujols goes, and the pitch fouled away again. This will be the 10th pitch of the at bat coming to Freeze.
You can see why they're running in this situation, because they feel he's not going to swing through a pitch. If he does, they have a heck of a shot at a strikeout double play on Albert Pujols running. So they have a throw over anyway, but he's not trying to get any kind of jump over there. He's just running on the count.
He goes again. Ground ball through the hole on the left side. Pujols around second. He's going to go to third. The throw by Francisco, and it is in time. That's a mistake by Albert Pujols, who throws some dirt at Placido Polanco, who made the tag. They're good buddies. 2 outs here at the top of the third.
Yeah, as you said, Tom, that's a mistake. Pujols, even though he's running right there, he's hustling, trying to make something happen. He's not going to get to third base on a base hit to left field unless Francisco makes a poor throw. And he tests him here, but look where he was. He just around second, and a short throw for Ben on the fly got him.
Now Ben didn't come charging in. He set himself, but then made a beautiful throw.
Yeah, well, he had time too. You know, it's burners have a hard time going first to third on a ball like that when they're running, let alone a guy like Albert.
They always say that play is in front of the base runner, so he should know better.
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen.
1-1 the count to John Jay.
But give Ben credit on that, Francisco, because Pujols is saying, well, he's got to make a good throw to get me, and he does. Now, here he comes. See, he's looking right at him there. He knows, as Tom says, the play's in front of him on the fly, and now Pujols is coming in like a torpedo there, and Polanco has to get out of the way of his buddy.
He nearly offered at that curveball.
Oh, what a beautiful ballpark. See that shot. They want to play, get Mabry to play off the runner at first base now. We got another 3-2 we're going to run.
There goes the runner. Ground ball right side. And Chase Utley, who was playing back, has time. Worley throws a lot of pitches to get through the third, but he does get through a scoreless top of the third. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. Bottom of the third, 1-1 ball game. From Comcast, the official HD triple play provider of the Phillies. By WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices? And by Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyDealer.com. Last of the third, everything is even. Phillies will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Victorino, Utley, and Hunter Pence. Shane trying to get himself back on track. He's 2 for his last 23. He's hitting about $175 here in September.
Did not see eye to eye with Rob Drake on that first pitch. Nor that one.
Ground ball to third, backhanded by Freeze. Ball is hit hard. Freeze playing up makes a nice play for the first out. Hey, did you have tickets for Sunday, August 14th? If you did, well, that game has been rescheduled for this Tuesday at 1:05. It's part of a day-night doubleheader against the Washington Nationals. It's game number 62 on your ticket, so you can use that ticket for this Tuesday's afternoon matchup against the Washington Nationals. That guy will be there.
Yeah, boy, it really rained hard that day. On August 14th. That was it. They were going to dedicate Harry's statue.
Record-breaking rains in the month of August.
August and September. Wow.
Utley grounded out to second his first time up.
But he has a real green lawn right now.
It is really green.
Really green.
Trees are overgrown.
Fall could be pretty this year, maybe with all the rain. Could be some nice foliage, huh? It's a great time of the year.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Michael Bourne led off the bottom of the first with a triple and then scored on a sac fly by Chipper Jones. So it's now 4-1. That game's in the bottom of the first. The Braves are still batting, and they're still threatening. Utley grounds it toward Pujols, who backhands. This time Garcia is there to cover. And it wasn't an easy catch for Garcia. 2 outs. Well, that game has now moved to the top of the second down in Atlanta. Hunter Pence flied out his last time up. Pence keeps climbing in the National League as far as batting average goes. You know, after flying out his last time out, his average has dropped to 310.
The thing you notice about him, he doesn't take many offers. You know, he'll get his 1 for 4, and then he has his multi-hit game. So, you know, you get a 1 for 4, your average stays the same, basically. At this time of the year, it just doesn't move.
Lines it to left. And Lance Berkman misread it initially, but is able to recover. And it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the third for Jaime Garcia. So 3 in the books. Hunter Pence retired to finish it up. He'll go back to work as the fans mill around Ashburn Alley. Always insist on Hewlett-Packard toner from WB Mason. Remember, nobody beats WB on HP. Top of the fourth. It's a 1-1 ball game. Vance Worley has thrown himself a lot of pitches so far. 65 pitches through the first 3 innings. Sarge, he's run some deep counts, obviously. He's been able to work out of a couple of jams. He hasn't really had a clean inning. This is kind of the way he looked in Milwaukee, but then started to settle in a little bit.
Yeah, they're starting to really work the count on him. He's not able to get that first pitch strike the way we normally have seen him do, but he's still in the ball game, giving his team a chance to win, and that's what it's all about.
65 pitches, 14 foul balls. You know, what does that tell you? Is there something that's missing right now with movement, extra movement?
I don't think so. I mean, these guys are pretty good hitters. They got a good game plan. They're actually taking pitches. They're being aggressive at times on balls that have been right in the zone. So you got to give the hitters credit at times.
I guess it's not always going to be easy. It seems like it was for a while for Worley, but you know, he is a guy that guts it out. Molina lines it toward the alley in left center, but Victorino, just pure speed, tracks it down.
Yeah, got a good jump on that ball as he tracked that ball down in left center, more so center field.
5 3-ball counts for Worley. Of those 5 3-ball counts, 4 are full counts. Here's Skip Schumacher.
Well, they haven't been swinging at as many sliders down and in. Left-handed hitters. Once they start swinging at that pitch, he will make it a little easier for himself. Good pitch.
To the count to Schumacher. He walked his last time up. One of 3 walks issued by Worley in the second. And he fouls it away. Back-to-back foul balls.
Now that's that pitch that comes back on the left-hander, and they're doing a good job by staying in there, not hitting it, able to foul that pitch off. We've seen a lot of hitters over the past take that pitch and take it for strike 3.
Just missed.
Still got a good fastball, 92.
As the pitcher due up next. With 1 out, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schumacher.
Didn't get that one. It didn't come back enough. There's the pitch, that 2-seamer that he runs back over the inside part of the plate. That's where you want to pitch it. You don't want it to go over the middle of the plate.
And a called strike 3. Good spot. Schumacher gave up on it. And that's the 4th strikeout for Worley. And again, it's another strikeout looking. It's his 3rd of the night.
Boy, just uncanny. But this is right there on the corner. That's filthy. You know, all you can do is maybe foul that ball off. If you take it, you get that strike 3.
Two outs. Here's Garcia. He went down looking his first time up. Takes outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. Cardinals scored a run in their half of the second on a bases loaded walk. The Phillies scored one at the bottom of the second on an RBI double by Mayberry. Be nice to get out of this inning with only one more pitch. He'd reach 80 for the night. And he's going to need at least 81.
Well, that's how you get that pitch count up. They start fouling balls off. 3-2 counts will do it. And obviously walks.
Got him on the inside corner, a two-seamer that came back again. Well, that's his best pitch, as he's established it this entire year. And it's his best pitch tonight. He has 5 strikeouts, and it's his first 1-2-3 inning. Placido Polanco will lead it off when we return. Funny, the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Well, tonight will be the 197th consecutive sellout here at Citizens Bank Park. Cabrini College cap night. Those knit caps that you see all the fans wearing. Pretty good giveaway. This is our first sign of fall these last couple of days with these cool temperatures. Placido Polanco leads it off. He doubled and scored his first time up. It seems so long ago when the Phillies acquired Polanco from the St. Louis Cardinals in that Scott Rowland deal. At the time, Tony La Russa did not want to give him up. And here we go, an update from Atlanta. Martin Prado rips one down the left field line, just out of the ballpark. 12th home run of the year. It's 4-2 ball game.
Well, the fight feels really glad they end up getting Polanco. An excellent defense at third base.
When they originally acquired him, he was playing second base, and then they sent him over to the Tigers because Chase Utley was ready to begin his big league career. And when they had a need for a third baseman, they re-signed him to a free agent contract. And defensively, he has been one of the best in the league the last couple of years. But Tony La Russa, to this day, and they won a world championship with Scott Rowland, but to this day would still tell you that he hated getting rid of Polanco.
Well, you know what you get every day. Well, back then too, he was even more of a line drive type of hitter. Tony likes those type of players. That more type of blue collar, just goes out and does their job.
John Mayberry has a big hit tonight, an RBI double. Last night he had a big hit as well, right on through the wings. So take a look at our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, Sarge.
Yeah, boy, that was a line drive and needed it right there at the time. Hit that ball so hard, hit it right through the wind. That's your Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
14 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Here's Francisco. Infield single his first time up. It was originally scored an error and they changed it to a hit. Three pitches and Francisco's down swinging. That's 8 in a row retired by Jaime Garcia. The Phillies go down in order. Vance Worley will take a breath, go back to work for the top of the 5th when we return. Her TV show about a TV show to this TV station. The acclaimed comedy series 30 Rock premieres in just 3 days. You can catch 30 Rock weeknights 6 and 11:30 starting Monday right here on PHL 17. We go to the top of the 5th. 1-1 here. 4-2 Mets down in Atlanta. The magic number for the Phillies to clinch the National League East is down to 2. Any combination of Phillies wins and Braves losses that equal 2 will give the Phils their 5th straight National League East crown. Rafael Furcal leads it off, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. I want to talk about a guy whose career has been derailed recently because of injuries. That's Rafael Furcal.
There's no doubt about that. Used to be one of the best shortstop in the league, one of the better leadoff hitters. Excellent speed, good defensively.
He's now 33 years old, which isn't really old in this day and age, as he slaps it to third, and Polanco still has to hurry. However, because of all the injuries he's had to a variety of muscles and bones, just hasn't been able to stay on the field.
Yeah, that's why it makes it difficult too. And guys like him, when they're trying to sign another contract, a lot of times management doesn't know whether or not they're going to be able to get the 3 years out of the players because of the injuries. Tough decisions.
Alan Craig takes at the knees, 0-1. Yeah, there are some contracts that just don't work out. There are others for guys that are veterans that really do work out. I think the one the Phillies signed Raul Ibanez to has really worked out.
Yeah.
And this is the 3rd year of a 3-year deal, but that guy, even at 39, is producing.
Well, let's face it, too. That first year coming in and hitting home runs, driving in runs.
He made a catch yesterday that at the age of 39, I mean, he can still move.
Oh, yeah. And the key to that is by being able to, you get good jumps, and one of the reasons he plays back a little bit deeper.
Polanco from behind the bag, 2 outs. Follow the Phillies with the MLB.com @bat11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @bat 31826 or visit Phillies.com for details. Pujols is a 2 for 2.
Both his hits coming on fastballs. Well, Albert's a type of hitter. I mean, if he hasn't seen a pitcher a lot, what he's trying to do is just kind of go for the base hits. A lot of times guys will still try to hit that ball out of the ballpark.
Better the last couple of innings for Worley in the previous 3. He fought that one off for his 3rd hit of the night. Takes a big turn around first.
Well, good hitters get jammed. He did get jammed on that. Boy, did he clear his hips, however, on the ball that was inside. That's what makes Albert such really a good hitter, that he uses all parts of the field. Look how he clears his hips. That's how you hit an inside pitch. There they go, and that bat will travel right through the zone. That's nice hitting. Pretty good pitch, too, though, by Worley, and give credit, though, to Pujols to get around on that.
Well, I mentioned at the beginning of the game that it's odd to see him under 300 with his batting average. He's 3 for 3, and he's right at 300. And he's going to move to second on that base hit by Berkman.
Not running as well now. Almost kind of limping a little bit there as he goes into second. Pitching inside, not getting as many strikes inside tonight. Just off the corner a little.
John Jay on deck. Over to second base. Utley smothers it. Freeze was taking a wide trek to first for some reason. And the Cardinals leave a couple here at the top of the 5th. No runs, couple hits, 2 men left. On to the bottom of the 5th in a 1-1 game.
It's over there in the third base dugout. Brian Schneider leads it off here in the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Schneider, Worley, and then the top of the order, Jimmy Rollins. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. This has kind of snuck up on the Phillies this week because they had been scoring a lot of runs. But over their last 7 games, they've scored 3 runs or less in all 7. Now they're 4-3. That's because of their pitching. And they've been getting some timely hits late, like last night when Ryan Howard had the game-winning double the opposite way. But that number, which is in the Phillies' notes today, also gives us a chance to look at what they've done this season when they've scored 3 runs or less. Sarge, does it surprise you that there have been 69 games this year where the Phillies have scored 3 runs or less?
Unbelievable. And to have their record the way that it is, I mean, that is hard to believe.
Now they're 30-39 when they score 3 runs or less. And I know I looked at that originally and said, man, that's got to be, you got to be better than that. That's the best winning percentage in baseball.
Yeah. Well, it's been just one of those years that there hasn't been a lot of offense on any of the teams. You know, guys that normally hit, Ichiro, his average is down. Pujols, same thing. No rhyme or reason for it. Just not squaring up enough balls. Just not. Got to be able to hit the ball hard 3 or 4 times during the course of the game and hope that you get a couple of hits.
Well, during this 7-game span, and again, the Phillies are 4-3. They've averaged 2 runs per game.
That just shows you how good that pitching has been.
Worley's rung up for the 2nd out. Oh, back down to Atlanta. The Mets have added on Josh Tolley. An RBI single up the middle. And he has driven in 2. Lucas Duda scored from 3rd. Jason Bay scored from 2nd. So it's 6-2 Mets. And again, Braves lose tonight and the Phillies win tonight. Phillies will officially clinch the National League East.
Right. Yeah, and even though you clinch it, still something to play for. They got a record that they're going for wins.
Big hop for Freeze. And another 1-2-3 inning for Jaime Garcia. So he's retired 11 in a row. Since he loaded up the bases in the 2nd. We've completed 5 here in Philadelphia. We go to the top of the 6th. It's the Cardinals 1, the Phillies 1.
Anytime the Phillies have needed a pick-me-up the last 2 seasons, he was there to answer the call. When they needed perfection, he was perfect. And when they needed to kick off last postseason with the bang, he sounded off in a very big way. The call went out in Houston, and Doc came out firing. His Texas-sized domination earned him his 20th career shutout, gave the Phillies their 5th straight postseason berth. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way.
It's 1-1 as we go to the top of the 6th. The sold-out Citizens Bank Park. Folks from all around are here to enjoy what they hope is a celebration. A Phillies National League East clinching celebration. Phillies have to get the offense rolling. Vance Worley's been able to gut it out through 5 so far. He starts the top of the 6th with 95 pitches, and there's some stirring going on in the Phillies bullpen. John Jay, Yadier Molina, Skip Schumacher, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Jay's 0 for 2. He's flied to left. He's also grounded to second.
You gotta like how he's still battling.
David Herndon up and thrown in the pen.
Well, the thing though, these days you just don't want to take a chance and have pitchers going 130 or more pitches for sure.
Ball is hit hard. Mayberry makes it look easy. I would think, Sarge, that if he can get through the 6th, well, it depends on how many pitches he throws in the 6th, but they'd be pretty content.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so far he has retired the Cardinals in order once. Every time the Phillies pitchers do that, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Xfinity HD Triple Play, your complete lineup for digital TV, lightning fast internet, and home phone. I say that, you know, if he works a quick inning, I mean, he could even start the 7th.
And Charlie will go on how the guys are hitting him and obviously how many pitches.
Oh, and 1 the count to Yadier Molina. 0-2. Again, Mayberry. This time it handcuffs him and goes into right field.
You see, he tried to almost get in front of that. Looks like if he might have used that backhand, might have had maybe a little bit easier chance to catch that.
Well, they'll charge him with an error. And although it was hit hard, it was a play he probably should have made.
Yeah, that ball is smoked, though. You can see how he tried to get in front of it. It looked like it almost hit him on his leg there. And that's when you want to almost backhand that ball if you can. It might have been easier for him.
It's Schumacher, the number 8 hitter, and then the pitcher spot. Here at the top of the 6th in a 1-1 ball game. Fly ball, shallow center field. He's going to get his second out with his 105th pitch of the night. Back to first goes Yadier Molina, and Jaime Garcia will be the batter.
That's why it's so important to play that good defense. Pitchers don't have to pitch to extra or throw extra pitches and pitch to extra hitters.
Garcia's been struck out twice tonight. And he hits one to the right side, and Utley's there. He gobbles it up. So Worley does allow a base runner here in the 6th, but he leaves one. Even with all the pitches that he's thrown tonight, with all the base runners the Cardinals have had, he has kept this at a 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Mazda. Zoom zoom. Phillies are hoping for an eventual parade down Broad Street that will start in Center City. I read somewhere where Chase Utley said it was one of the greatest days of his life. That parade after the Phillies won the 2008 World Championship. And all the players that were part of that, Utley, Victorino, Rollins, list goes on and on. They want to experience it a second time, if not a third time.
Well, they have such a great opportunity because of that pitching staff. But not only that, though, you got a lot of the players that are right there in their prime. J-Row, Utley, Howard, veteran guys that know how to play. And most of the time get the job done.
Well, Victorino tonight is 0 for 2. Not many guys have gotten the job done tonight against Jaime Garcia. He allowed 4 hits in the 2nd, but hasn't allowed a hit in any other inning. He's retired 11 consecutive batters since Brian Schneider reached on an infield hit back in the 2nd.
This should be a pretty good pitch to swing at. Now I will just go on and take a strike, trying to get a base runner. Borderline, not a pitch you want to swing at.
And ball 4. So Victorino draws a walk to lead off the 6th. First base runner since the 2nd. Well, how about this conversation, Sarge? In our Mazda League leaders, we talk about the most division titles since 1969. Because the Phillies have won 4 straight, this will be their 5th. They have 10, which is tied with the Cardinals. Talk about climbing. They've put a totally different spin on their franchise's history with these last 4 years and now eventually 5 years.
Yeah, well, in the beginning too, though, you had the guys that were really hitting the ball. They were really good offensively. And now they've gone more to the pitching, starting pitching.
Those are the batters the Phillies have won over the last 4 years.
And that's the way, too, though. I mean, it has to start on the hill. The pitchers can make sure that you win ball games when your hitting isn't up to par.
Oh, and 2 the count to Utley. That was a slider from Garcia.
Tough pitch. Well, Garcia hasn't been consistent with the break on that slider. Most of the time, he's been throwing that pitch in the dirt.
Ground ball right side. Schumacher will go to second for 1. That's all they'll get. That was a good play to get the lead runner. Well, speaking of the postseason, catch all the action of the 2011 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins September 30th with the Division Series on TBS. Legends are born in October. Check your local listing for games, times, and networks. Hunter Pence is 0 for 2. And a fly ball to center field. Playable for John Jay. He was playing way out there.
You're right, playing no doubles, just missing from really driving that ball maybe in the gap or out of the ballpark. Very aggressive hitter on any first pitch fastball that resembles a strike.
Polanco has 1 of 2 extra base hits for the Phillies. A double back of the second. That was followed by a double from John Mayberry.
Get a jump, not a bad time to try and steal a base. Trying to get in the scoring position. Put a little more pressure on Garcia, pitcher.
All that, and he threw a fastball for a strike.
Probably changing location. And a lot of times pitchers will do that. They'll shake off, not necessarily to get to an off-speed pitch, but just to change the location, inside to outside.
Off the end of the bat, and it's caught out of the air by Schumacher. And the Phillies are retired here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. Phillies got their first base runner since the 2nd. We go to the 7th in a 1-1 game.
Phillies not swinging the bats in the last few games, and right now they're in another tight one, 1-1 with the St. Louis Cardinals. So that great play with Pujols being thrown out of third base on a base running mistake. John Mayberry has doubled in a run. That throw was made by Ben Francisco in left field. And their run by a Rafael Furcal on a bases loaded walk, and there's Furcal doing that, Tom. When he first came up, that used to be his specialty.
Yeah, he's not as quick as he used to be, but he still has pretty good bat control.
Well, you know, he used to do that all the time, and he'd get doubles out of it.
Yeah, he thought about it, but he stopped.
Yeah, he would just do that. He would run up, and the third baseman would be up, and he would punch it like that. And with his speed that he had in those days, he would turn those into doubles many times.
So David Herndon allows a leadoff hit. He takes over for Vance Worley, who goes 6 innings, allows a run, strikes out 5.
Worley threw 106 pitches, and there were 24 foul balls in his outing tonight, which had to do his pitch count.
Here's Alan Craig with a runner at first.
For Kyle, it used to be automatic. He'd go. Now he doesn't anymore. It isn't automatic. He can still steal a bag, but at one time, if he didn't get a double, he would turn it into a double.
He has 8 steals this year. He's been caught 5 times. In the dirt, blocked by Schneider. Furcal's already at second. That'll be a wild pitch charge to David Herndon. That was a pretty good read by Furcal.
Yeah, but he's still a great base runner. He just can't run like he used to because of all of his injuries. But he's smart. That ball bounces up. Brian Schneider blocks it. Look at it. Oh, that's a great job. You see him taking that little bounce. All his movement going towards second base. So when he reads the ball in the dirt, he's gone. You really learned something like that. Kids watching that on how to run the bases.
Boy, a big strikeout for Herndon. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Time to take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam. Will's mentioned Albert Pujols getting thrown out trying to go from first to third on a ball to left field.
Yeah, he's running on a 3-2 count, so he thinks he has a shot. Wants Ben Francisco to have to make a perfect play. He did. Placido Polanco puts a tag on him right there. Great freeze cam shot.
That's our Coors Light freeze cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. You can see the spikes meeting between Pujols and Polanco. Pujols is 3 for 3. It marks the first time this year that he has hit 300 or better.
You have to watch for Call now. That's another thing he used to be able to almost do at will. If you didn't get him over, he would steal third. I don't know whether he's going to try it or not, but if you forget about him, he'll go. And Chase Utley is hanging around the bag.
They're being very careful with Pujols.
Yeah,
they're not pitching around him.
Right, and the guy on deck is a problem too. That's what makes the Cardinals so tough at this part of their order. And then you throw Matt Holliday in there and think how difficult they can be.
Ball 4. So Herndon was working away from Pujols' bat. He's been on base all 4 times.
As Pete Rose used to say, the fish ain't biting. And Albert was very disciplined there.
So Charlie Manuel did not want Albert Pujols to beat David Herndon. Now he'll see if Herndon can get Lance Berkman to hit into a double play. Sinker ball pitcher with a guy that doesn't run all that well.
Yeah, it's set up for that. Berkman's a clutch hitter, and they're going to try and get him to smother one here. And he'll swing at strikes. That's one thing about Lance Berkman. He's always been an on-base percentage guy.
off the glove of Schneider. That'll be the second wild pitch of the inning. For call to third, Pujols strolls to second. Second and third, one out. Oh, down in Atlanta, looks like the Mets are handing an opportunity to the Phillies. David Wright, his second home run of the night. This was a 3-run shot. He had a 2-run shot earlier.
What a night for David Wright. Those balls are even out of Citi Field.
Now they're going to walk Lance Berkman intentionally to load up the bases. Terry Collins, the Mets manager, I don't know if anybody saw the recap of his press conference yesterday, but he basically said in his post-game press conference that his team, his coaches, himself, they have folded the tents. Well, whatever he said, who knows if it inspired them, but they lead at 9-2 tonight in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, that's trying to challenge somebody. That's one way to do it. As David Freese coming up has hit into 14 double plays as the Cardinals hit into a lot of double plays. Pujols has hit into 29.
They're on pace to set a major league record for double plays.
It's amazing. Matt Holliday's hit into 21. Molina 19. Ryan Terrio, an infielder, 18.
Right. You don't hear conversations about teams hitting into major league record double plays.
Well, they're running away with that stat. Look at the average is 104 in the league, and they're 159. It's amazing. Nobody's going to catch them.
Nor would you want to.
No.
Let's see if they can get to 160 here.
Well, I'm sure it's on their mind, because when you hit into that many double plays, you think, well, one's right around the corner.
Well, he's got a runner at third. That's for call. Pujols at second. Berkman at first. Amazing. Ground ball to shortstop Rollins to second for one. It's number 160 on the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time for David Herndon. 6-4-3 double play. The Cardinals get the bases loaded and cannot score. So here we go. Rollins to Utley and back over to John Mayberry. And you can switch the numbers as we go to the bottom of the seventh. Time now for the Dodge Stuff the Fans Trivia Quiz Answer. Wheels, what Cardinal stole 16 bases against the Phillies in a single season?
I don't know, but I'm going to go Lou Brock. How can you not go Lou Brock with the Cardinals?
You are correct. Lou Brock in 1974 was 35 years old. And that year he broke Maury Will's 12-year-old record for steals in a season. He had 118. in 74.
Ted Sizemore hitting number 2 behind him a lot, and did a great job letting him run.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans. And a new life for John Mayberry. Watching that play, it just didn't seem like Pujols was going to get there to get in a good position to make that catch.
That is such a difficult play for the first baseman or third baseman, because it's going to drift back, and he really didn't play it coming back enough. See right here, he actually gets to the ball, but he didn't judge it correctly. And you know, those are not hard, or those are not easy plays to make. And the guys that make them look, Mike Schmidt was unbelievable on that play down the third baseline, the way he would catch those balls over his shoulder like that.
Ryan Howard's made him a couple catches down the first baseline.
He's had a couple circus catches.
There's Antonio Bastardo warming up for the 8th.
There's a guy they need to get going. Herndon got out of that jam.
2-2 the count to Mayberry.
You look at Vance Worley's outing tonight, and you know he has these kind of games that you look up and they have a lot of base runners, and then they don't score a lot. He can get out of stuff, makes pitches.
Mets have tacked out another one. It's 10-2 in the top of the 4th.
The Cardinals see that too, and they want to win this game.
Right, because if the Mets do hang on and win that one, and they're comfortably up by 8, the Cardinals, if they won this one, would be within 3.5 of the wild card.
Right.
Another base hit for Mayberry. Second one of the night. He'll give up a bat for a hit there, and he'll lead off the 7th with a single.
You know the Phillies are scoreboard watching right now, and you know this just does not have the drama that it's had other years when you're right down in the last couple games. But you know, you can get a little juice all of a sudden, think about winning this game, and look out there and see that score and think, well, that's a long way for the Braves to come back.
And Francisco's 1 for 2. That was the first hit for the Phillies since the second.
You're going to hit for the pitcher here, of course, so I don't see them bunting with these particular guys necessarily, but you could, because you're going to hit for the pitcher. You might think about it with Schneider, even if there's an out, because it's a left, and then you're dealing with a 2 out, trying to get a 2-out hit. But he wants Francisco to get some hacks off a left-hander here. That's why he's in the lineup.
There's Brian Schneider. You could conceivably see Charlie Manuel pinch hit Schneider for Ruiz.
Well, I was just going to say that's another thing you could do too if you want to go that route. They do not have a pitcher up in the bullpen, and they have plenty of potentials. Like these teams the Phillies have been playing lately, they are just loaded with extra players.
They have 2 lefties in Rhodes and Zipchinski.
And a lot of right-handers.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Francisco. Well, on the out-of-town scoreboard, up at Coca-Cola Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the Columbus Clippers lead the Iron Pigs 3-0. That game's gone to the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Edel started that ball game for the Iron Pigs. A win by Columbus, and they'll advance to play the PCL champion in a 1-game championship. And for the 2nd straight year, Columbus would win the Governor's Cup championship.
AAA club of the Indians.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Francisco. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Phillies have a base runner. Another ground ball foul.
Notice how much this guy pitches inside. We mentioned that in the scouting report on him. He throws sliders and cutters in, and then he has a really good changeup that he tries to go away, and he'll throw curveball too. That's why he's so effective. A left-hander that uses both sides of the plate like this has a real good chance to be a good pitcher, especially with this kind of stuff. Now they're going to go away.
In the air to left field. That one's deep. Towering shot. Berkman going back. Is he out of room? He leaps and he makes the catch. And Mayberry will go back to first. I wasn't sure when it left the bat. As Berkman was venturing back, you got the feeling that it might carry out of the yard and into the flower bed.
Yeah.
But it just didn't have enough.
Looked like it had a chance. As you said, Tom, it was hit so high, though. They went away with a fastball. Jaime Garcia puts a finger or a hand up in the air like, hey, that's an out. Well, it's a long out. He was right, but it went deep. I think Ben Francisco thought he had a shot at one there. And they will use Ruiz for Schneider.
Well, and Derek Lilliquist, who is the acting pitching coach for the Cardinals, comes out to the mound to talk to Jaime Garcia. Dave Duncan, the longtime pitching coach for St. Louis, left the team on the 21st of August to be with his wife. His wife, Janine, had a brain tumor surgically removed. 96 pitches for Garcia, a runner at first. Carlos Ruiz will pinch hit in a 1-1 ball game.
Mayberry's a guy who can steal a bag, but you know, he's certainly, well, I don't think he'd be on his own. Well, they would give him a sign to take it off, not to go necessarily. You don't want to make.
In the dirt, there he goes. Molina reacts quickly, out at second.
He tried to do what Furcal did last inning. He didn't get far enough away from Molina. See right here, and Molina with a gun. He does a tremendous job blocking that. Mayberry saw that big hop that it took. Figured he was going to bounce away from him. It didn't. And then he guns him down. And that is not a caught stealing.
Just to put out 2-4.
Right.
Three and one the count to Ruiz. Raul Ibanez is out of the on deck circle to pitch hit. A righty and a lefty up for the Cardinals in their pen. Salas, Obchinski, and there's ball four. So Ruiz works out a walk. It will be Ibanez. Little number up to third base line, and it rolls foul. I should say it spins foul. So Ruiz goes back to first. Salas is the right-hander. Zabchinski is the lefty. They got him from the Blue Jays.
Yeah, we saw Zabchinski in 2 games when the Phillies were up in Toronto. Pitched a total of 2 innings. Salas was closing for them. They've got a lot of guys auditioning for that job this year. Now it's Jason Motts. Started out with Ryan Franklin. They have 24 blown saves this year.
That's the division.
Yeah, you know, they say if they have the division lead after 8 innings.
And he went around. So Ibanez down on strikes. The Phillies are retired here in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left wide. Well, the Cardinals played a little defense here at the bottom of the 7th. First Lance Berkman in left, and then Yadier Molina. Throw out John Mayberry. Natural lime flavor. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Jeep brand. We don't just make SUVs. We make history. Oh, inside a sold-out Citizens Bank Park. It's a 1-1 game as we go to the top of the 8th here. They're in the top of the 5th down in Atlanta. The Mets lead at 10-2. Antonio Bastardo, well, he's been one of the big topics for the Phillies recently. He's had a great year, 6-1 with a 1.98 earned run average. But the story hasn't been his year. It's been his last 3 outings where he's allowed 6 base runners, a couple walks, a couple hits, and he just hasn't been Antonio Bastardo that we were used to this year.
Looked like Jimmy Rollins trying to give him a little pep talk. Well, they thought they were going to go left, right, left against him, but now they're going to hit for Jay.
Ryan Theriot will pinch hit. Terrio's 0 for his last 9. And the first pitch upstairs, 1-0. Theriot this year hitting .270, a home run, 42 runs batted in. He was originally penciled in the lineup next to Furcal for the top spot because they weren't sure if Rafael Furcal could play. They were indecisive because of Furcal's injury.
They also had Nick Punto as potential, could play tonight. Former Philly, also an infielder.
2-0 the count to Theriot. 3-0. Three and 2 the count to Theriot. Both teams scored a run in their half of the second. Well, that's been it for the offense. To left field. Ben Francisco heading back. He has room. Well, these lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. Yadier Molina, he's been on base twice today. A single his first time up. Reached on an error his last time at the plate. Swing and a miss. Now that's a good slider.
Yeah, and he did a good job coming and getting Theriot, even though he hit that ball pretty well, got it in on him enough. But he fell behind, what, 3-1 to him. He came back and got him out. Guarding the line with Polanco now. Third base with Molina, right-hand hitter up. They're also going to keep Mayberry over near the line, which leads you to believe they think this guy can slap one that way. Normally you don't have both guys on the line because there's more of a tendency one way or the other with a hitter.
Well, that's what happened his last time. Molina did slap it the other way. Now it was off the line a little bit and off the glove of Mayberry.
Well, that's why they have them both over there.
The 0-2 pitch and a slider. Good pitch, but it just missed.
That's always a personal philosophy of a club on guarding the lines late in the innings. Felipe Alou, when he managed, no matter who was up, he put both guys on the line. But see, that's unusual to see them both over there like that, here and here.
Down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is a fair ball. It hit the pole. A home run for Molina It's 2-1 St. Louis here in the top of the 8th. That's the 10th hit of the season for Molina against the Phillies.
Yeah, that pitch was down and in, and that just begs a guy to drop the head on it. And he was able to keep it fair enough to hit the pole. I knew it was deep enough. See where the pitch is, he wants to get away in, and it's in, but not enough. And he just drops a bat head on it and keeps it fair.
'13th home run of the year for Yadier Molina.
I knew the Cardinals are going to come in here and really battle the Phillies in this series because they have a lot at stake right now. And they have a good team, but their bullpen has just killed them this year.
Here's Tony Cruz to pinch hit. They'll appeal first and safe, says the first base umpire. Boy, Chase Utley just put both hands on his head. He's the one that went in to tell Antonio Bastardo. I think Chase saw something. Let's take a look.
Then he missed his first.
No, he went right on it.
Yeah, he stepped on it. He's looking over there. What he thought he missed it.
Bruce Streckman's the first base umpire. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
I've ever seen a guy called out for missing a bag on a home run. Sometimes you remember when Mike McGuire hit one of those big ones, he missed first, went back and touched it. Well, once again, the Phillies are in one of these games because they're not scoring any runs. Give Jaime Garcia some credit too.
That ball, I think, got a piece of Carlos Ruiz's throwing arm. Powerade Ion 4. Focus, hustle, hydrate, believe. Right center field, Victorino got a good jump. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Phillies will send the top of the order up against the Cardinals bullpen. We know it's the Cardinals bullpen because Shane Robinson has been introduced as the pinch hitter for the Cardinals. Robinson's 0 for 4 since coming up. You know, every team puts together notes on all of their players, you know, hitters and pitchers. Well, the last 2 guys that have been introduced by the Cardinals, you know, they're not in the notes. Like the notes about different feats that a player has during the course of the season.
They run out of room?
They might have. One ball, 1 strike to count. Robinson's not as tiny as Altuve from the Astros, but he's built more like he would be a middle infielder than anything else. Or center fielder. 5'9", 160 pounds. Former 5th round selection. He's a center fielder by trade.
Went to Jesuit High School in Tampa. That a lot of ball players are here. They are. Lou Piniella, Jason Michaels.
Slider for a strike. Where'd Tony La Russa go? Isn't he from Tampa?
He's from Tampa, but yeah, he didn't go to that high school, I guess. Dave Magadan went there. A lot of really good major league players, of course, have come from Tampa, Florida. There's La Russa. He's a successful major league guy from Tampa. He did play baseball, did play too, but you know, more known for his managing.
Swing and a miss. So Bastardo gets a strikeout. However, the Cardinals do take the lead. They do so on a solo home run by Yadier Molina. It came with 1 out, and it just stayed fair. It hit the pole down the left field line. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th, the Phillies have to play from behind. Well, stay tuned after the ball game. It's the PHL 17 postgame show. Guys will break down tonight's matchup with all the highlights, insights, and much more as the Phils try to inch closer to another National League East crown. It's the Phillies postgame show live from Sugar House Casino, and it's coming up after the ball game. Well, some changes for the Cardinals, and they have a number of them that are taking place here. Shane Robinson stays in the ball game to play center field. Ryan Theriot stays in the ballgame to play second base. Descalso comes in to play third for Freeze. And there's a new right fielder as well.
That's Corey Patterson.
Corey Patterson is playing right field for St. Louis, the veteran.
It's like a spring training game just broke out.
Yep, and Zubczynski is the new pitcher. So the Cardinals will stay left-handed. Rollins and Victorino will stay hitting from the right side. And it's 0-1.
Let's find out where all these guys are hitting. Well, we see Patterson's hitting second.
Right.
That's one. 2 guys are hitting where they pinch hit.
Jaime Garcia leaves the ball game, but is the pitcher of record on the winning side. Van Sworley started for the Phillies, won 6 innings. He will not fare in the decision. Nick Punto is trying to call the bullpen. The bullpen's not answering. Ground ball toward third, a foul ball. 2-2. There's Nicky. I think somebody's finally answered.
He said, "Hey, Mick, how are you?" What, I got the wrong pen?
Octavio Dotel is warming up in the bullpen. Swing and a miss. What away. One phone goes to the bullpen, the other one goes to the press box.
Breaking ball here on 2-2. Buried a breaking ball to Jimmy Rollins, and he chased it.
I think that's what Nick Punto was doing. He was given the changes in the batting order. Zubczynski hits 5th. And Descalso, the third baseman, bats 8th. We mentioned Patterson hits 2nd. So they have 4 new hitters.
Well, we mentioned they got a lot of players, so they could do this stuff.
Red Sox lead the Rays 4-3 in the 6th. That's another battle for a wild card. If the Braves do lose down in Atlanta and the Cardinals win here, the race is going to tighten.
Oh yeah.
3 balls, 1 strike to count to Victorino. And there's ball 4. Bruce Streckman says Vic held his swing. Second time he's walked tonight.
And they had that right-hander up in the bullpen that we showed you, and he's up for Pence.
It's Octavio Dotel. Phillies have Ryan Matson warming in the pen, and Brad Lidge. There's Matson. Trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Or at least tie it.
Good shot, huh? That camera shot. It's different.
Matt's been all over the ballpark the last couple of weeks. All these different shots that he's been able to grab. And
what the fans see out there in Ashburn Alley.
There's Matt. Thinks he can hide, but we can find him.
Corey Patterson's really deep in right field. They can get a first and third if Chase Utley can pull the ball here. They just moved him in a step.
In the dirt, gets away from Molina. The tying run is going to second.
Talked about difference between fastball and breaking ball for a catcher to block them. Fastballs can be a lot harder because you don't anticipate it down and wild like this. See, he got caught in between. With a breaking ball, a catcher's always going to anticipate the ball in the dirt. You have to. With a fastball, you don't anticipate it in the dirt. So it's much harder to block it and slide out. And you saw that one get away from a guy who has great hands.
See the Cardinals bullpen this year, 3.62 earned run average, 4 games under 500. 1-0 the count to Utley.
They're playing him to pull even off a left-hander. There's a huge gap in left center field right now, as you see out in here, and they're playing him to hit over into this area, even though a left-handed pitcher's pitching him away. So what they're saying is they have not seen Utley hit the ball the other way enough that they would cheat that way. And when before he was gotten hurt, he was starting to hit the ball to left and left center. Guy's bouncing his fastball. That was a heck of a play there by Molina. There's the direction Chase hits, and obviously a pull hitter at this point in his career.
Well, if he pulls it into the outfield for a hit, Victorino should be able to score easily with his speed. Two balls, 1 strike to count to Utley. Ground ball off the glove of Zipchinski, and he was able to recover to throw out Chase. I think he may have turned his ankle.
Well, he may be out of the game anyway. The right-handed pitcher ready, Octavio Dotel. He's going to come in now and pitch to Pence.
So a pitching change by Tony La Russa. The Phillies have the tying run at second here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. It's a 2-1 ball game. St. Louis is on top. The Phillies' magic number to clinch the East is down to 2. They're looking for some offense. We've been saying that all night, and they'll look for Hunter Pence. If it's a new pitcher, it's an AT&T call to the pen. Available year-round for many types of functions. Take advantage of all the ballpark has to offer. Tours, fan and vision usage. Call the special events department at 215-218-5100 or visit Phillies.com/special events. The Phillies have been in need of a clutch hit all night. And they would love Hunter Pence to swing for the fence and connect.
The Phillies will take a single right now to tie this baby up. Good runner at second.
Pence's numbers against right-handers for the year and since the 7th of July, just before the Phillies acquired him. Octavio Dotel is the new pitcher for the Cardinals.
Pence is 0 for 3 lifetime against them, all strikeouts. He didn't like getting spotted a strike there by the home plate umpire.
Cardinals also picked up Dotel from the Toronto Blue Jays in that, well, I guess you could say it was a mega deal. There were a number of players involved between the Blue Jays and the White Sox and the Cardinals. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, these are 2 guys the Phillies saw during that series up there. Everything away to this point. Now, Pence can hit the ball of the ballpark anywhere, but Dotel has decided to stay away from his pull power if possible.
Oh, the Cardinals are up on the railing. They've played better baseball of late. They've won 7 of 8.
Swept the Braves last week in St. Louis. Made a mistake there. Got away with it. Threw a pitch up middle of the plate. See how where they wanted it? They wanted it out here, and look where it was. And you see Pence's rate just fouls it straight back.
There goes Victorino. The pitch is hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. Fair, foul. It is a foul ball.
Baby.
Wow, was that a long one?
Yeah, he hits long ones.
And he just couldn't keep it fair.
Dotel came supposed to be away again. It wasn't. Man, that was a long one.
Where's Carlton Fisk when you need him?
Yeah. Needed the pole and get in the way of this one. See where it was? He loves those high pitches.
You're just wishing it fair.
Yeah, into the sweet level, and it's well foul. They really want to stay away from Pence, but they didn't on those last 2 pitches and almost paid for it twice. I don't think Molina's going to set up way outside. Crazy how he could even foul those things off, let alone put them in play. Can't hit a ball up that high.
Key part in the game right here. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got it. Tied him up inside. And the Phillies leave one in scoring position here in the 8th. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. Oh, so close was Hunter Pence. And then Dotel won the battle. Ashburn suite down the left field line.
Well, keep it at 1.
Yep.
Phillies are such a good home team. They're going to have to go up against a very, very tough pitcher in the 9th inning, and Jason Mott, who's really found himself as a closer. I guess they're going to bring him in.
And it is Mott warming up. Brad Lidge is in the ballgame for the Phillies, trying to keep it at 1. Top of the order is up for the Cardinals. Call tonight is 1 for 3. Walked and drove in a run in the 2nd. It's a bases loaded walk. 2-1.
And he had that kind of, what would you call it? It wasn't a bunt. Slapped at a ball on purpose and just looped it over the third baseman Polanco's head for a hit.
Just couldn't get the outside corner with that slider, so now it's 3-1. Phillies have leaned on Brad Lidge lately here in the 8th inning, or excuse me, in the 8th inning. He's here in the 9th inning, trying to keep this at a 2-1 ball game. Broken bat, looper to right, 1 away.
That's a difference when you play at home in a 1-run game as opposed to allowing more runs. Because you bunt for ties at home, take the game in extra innings and get that last at bat. So that's what Brad's job is right now. Just try and keep it to 1 run.
So Corey Patterson will bat for the first time, hitting just 163 with the Cardinals.
And Ryan Howard, of course, was available off the bench tonight for the Phillies in the 9th inning. And he's a good pinch hitter.
Yeah, he is.
Now, who would he hit for? Are we going to go Polanco? Well, he hit for Mayberry, maybe, or Francisco. Well, it just depends. But anyway, he'll hit in the 9th inning.
He can hit for Mayberry and go into play first, or hit for Francisco, and they can move Mayberry to left.
Yeah, they want to use him in a spot where they won't walk him.
If he hitting it right out to there, that'd be a good sign. Fly ball, shallow center field. A couple of good pitches by Lidge to get the first 2 outs here in the 9th. Just a quick update on what's going on around baseball tonight. The Orioles are shutting out the Angels down in Baltimore 8-0 in the 9th. That's significant for the Texas Rangers and also for the Red Sox and the Rays, because the Angels are on the heels of some teams in the wild card and in the division. But that's a bad loss right there if they do indeed lose.
Orioles have been a little bit of a spoiler lately.
Red Sox lead the Rays 4-3. That game's in the top of the 7th. Detroit can clinch the Central with a victory tonight over Oakland. Their magic numbers at 1. Or if Cleveland loses, but Cleveland's leading right now in the top of the 6th.
Be careful now with Albert. You know he's got a green light, 3-0. These two have some history. Pujols is a 3-0 slider. Huh? Okay. I'm not swinging at that.
Off the end of the bat, diving stop Utley. It squirts right out of his glove. Boy, he got there. And if he had fielded that cleanly on the dive and got to his feet, I think he would have thrown him out.
Yeah, he would have. 4 hits tonight for Albert Pujols and a walk. He hits another ball right on the nose. As Tom said, Chase makes a heck of a play. It was in his glove, and then it looked like the ground caused the fumble. Which you can do here.
Look at the replay. Utley, his hand bent pretty good.
Yeah.
0-1 the count. His 2 former teammates with the Astros. Nick Punto is in the on-deck circle.
Oh,
Off the glove of Mayberry. That's a fair ball. Nobody's covering first. And everybody's safe.
that's not good. Obviously, the ball should have been caught. And then, you know, Lidge just froze. And you can understand how he froze. And now the inning's still alive.
They're going to score that a base hit for Berkman.
He's holding the runner on, and it just eats John Mayberry alive. Doesn't catch it. See, squeeze the glove twice. And now nobody's there. Tries to lead Brad Lidge, and thankfully Lidge didn't get hurt with Berkman barreling in there.
Well, Nick Punto is going to pinch hit for the Cardinals. Adron Chambers will pinch run for Berkman over at first.
Well, they're using up the roster.
The count to Puto. Puto, the former Philly, traded to the Twins with Carlos Silva for Eric Milton. Wheels, by the way, I found the September call-ups in the notes.
Yes.
They're not on the front page where the other notes are. They are on the 5th page.
A little treasure hunt there. We got it.
That's a fair ball. Mayberry will take it to the bag. And the Phillies keep it at 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Citizens Bank Park. They want to cheer here at the ballpark and celebrate a championship. It'll be Polanco, Mayberry, and Ben Francisco when we return. Over the Florida Marlins. Tonight, they're going to need the bottom of the 9th inning against the guy that's been one of the hottest relief pitchers in the National League, Jason Mott, to try to come from behind and win it here at Citizens Bank Park. The Mets lead the Braves 11-2 in the 6th.
Ironically, Tom, as you look at those numbers there, the weak point for this club that really hurt them all year has been this point in the game, and now they have one of the hottest pitchers in baseball closing it out, the former catcher, Jason Mott.
Man's got a little energy. You see what he's done since the All-Star break, a 0.52 earned run average.
And he was always a guy that had energy out there. As I said, a former catcher, he throws everything hard and right over the top.
Well, this is a 73rd game. And he'll face Polanco, Mayberry, and Francisco. Those are the scheduled hitters for the Phillies. They trail at 2-1. It's their 8th straight ball game where they've scored 3 runs or less. If they can get to 3 runs, well, they'll take that stat.
Yeah, they'll win the game. This guy will throw the ball 94 to 98. He must have had some arm as a catcher.
Up high, 1 ball and 1 strike to Polanco.
He cut his fastball a little bit, but for the most part, he'll come right over the top with a 4-seamer.
Cardinals 69-6 when leading after 8. There's Mayberry. The Cardinals with 43 saves this year in 67 attempts.
That's really bad. You want to know why they're where they are? And they're so close anyway. But all those blown saves. Started with Ryan Franklin early in the year. Milwaukee won again tonight. So, you know, wild card is what the Cardinals are going to have to get after.
1-2 the count to Polanco. To right field, Patterson comes on and makes the catch. One away.
He really had him played well. He was playing very shallow. They weren't going to a no doubles, don't hit it over my head defense in right field, because you figured Polanco wasn't going to do it. At least that was their philosophy. A lot of teams would have been deeper, and that ball drops for a leadoff hit.
Ryan Howard, bat in hand in the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Ben Francisco. Mayberry has 2 hits tonight, and the only RBI for the Phillies. That was back in the second.
Molina threw it back to him almost as hard as he threw it to him. Rhodes.
When Arthur Rhodes was let go by the Texas Rangers, a lot of folks wonder, well, where would he wind up? Turned out that he decided to sign with the Cardinals. 2-1 the count to Mayberry. If Mayberry gets on, do you think he brings Rhodes in to face Howard?
Good question. I don't think he's up for a deke because Howard's going to hit. This is where John Mayberry has to just be patient if he can and look in his zone, because he has 2 pitches to hit here. Boy, that was some fastball right there. I think it was a strike.
Kind of cut at the last moment.
Yeah, that may have been a cutter, because he throws four-seamer and cutter.
Not really. No. It was more Molina's glove that moved.
No, he's not going back off a whole lot as this Jason Mott. He never did.
2 outs. Let's see what Tony La Russa does here. Howard certainly had an air for the dramatic last night.
Yeah, and that was his first walk-off hit since he beat Arthur Rhodes when Arthur was with Cincinnati. Big hit for Ryan to double left center field. Now they don't have to throw him a strike here now either. See if they challenge him or just see if he'll go fishing.
Staggeringly good as a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
The third baseman, Descalso, is not too far away from where he would normally play against a right-hander. I mean, compared to the way guys usually play Howard.
Well, the first 2 pitches they've been busting him inside. You know, they're figuring, well, he's not going to hit a ball down that way anyway.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Howard.
And they come right back in there again. Everything has been in. was 98. He's been going 96, 97. Well, what's different about Jason Mott than he was before? He looks like the same guy who rears back and just fires.
Maybe his accuracy is even that much better.
I don't know. But something's gotten, it's turned him into a pretty good close. Now they're going to go away.
2-2 the count.
First time.
I don't think he's thrown anything but fastballs.
That's all he's thrown. The lowest has been 94. The top one has been 98.
Two balls, 2 strikes now to Ryan.
Back inside.
And a line drive to right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Patterson knocks it down. Howard's trying for 2. The throw to second is safe.
Wow. How about that? And he better make it.
Sore foot and all, and he's able to leg it out for a double.
That was a great effort by Ryan Howard right there, but that was one of the ones you better make it. Now they're going to run for him. Here it goes. They wanted a high fastball. It was, and he got one of those top spin bullets, and they will run for him here. Corey Patterson makes a pretty good play, and this is a bang-bang play at second, and he beats it. What a pinch hitter that guy is. He's Manny Mota.
You don't want him to get too used to it, but he certainly has come through. Ross Gload is out on deck to pinch hit for the pitcher.
Look how close this is. Obviously he has to make this, and he makes it. They thought he was out, and whoa, not quite. Here is another look at it. He beat it. Just barely got that left hand on the bag. They have to run for him here, because it's going to take 2 hits to score him for the most part, you would think. Unless when you say that, an extra base hit would score him, but 2 singles. Good job by Ryan Howard, though. That how he got on top of that pitch. That's just brute strength.
It's a few inches from going out of the ballpark, too.
Well, the difference is top spin or back spin, and he threw top spin on it.
They play Ruiz the other way in the outfield, so a huge gap in left center with Martinez at second. Oh, that's a tough strike.
Really? Yeah, they don't think he's going to pull Mott, and they're going to pitch him away. So you see the defense set up, so they're trying to take the alleyway in right center.
0-1 the count to Carlos. 0-2. Martinez on second. He's the tying run. To right field. Patterson on the run, and he dropped the ball. It's a fair ball. Martinez will score. Ruiz to second. It's a 2-2 game. How about that?
Boy, it looked like Corey Patterson was going to make a great play, and he doesn't make it. Talked about how they had him played that way. They were cheating towards the line a little bit, figuring he's not going to pull. Carlos hit it hard. Here's Patterson. He's there. He drops it. He dropped it. He dropped it. He dropped it. Francisco saying, I know. That's 2 different personalities.
Yeah.
That was a great shot of 2 guys when you know that one is real hyper and one is real calm.
Well, they scored a double. An RBI for Ruiz.
Boy, what a big play that is for the Phillies, of course.
And now Rich Dubé's going to make sure Ryan Matson's available and ready to go. He's been warming up. Might get somebody else up too.
Boy, the Cardinals are that close. I guess it's going to go to Arthur Rhodes right now, and Mott, who has been so good, will get a blown save here. It's not his fault, though.
Yep, Tony La Russa just signaled to the pen. Carlos Ruiz comes through big time. And here comes Arthur Rhodes. Ross Claude has already been introduced as a pinch hitter. So it's going to be lefty on lefty. There it is, folks. He got there, and it was right off his glove. Reactions all the way around for Mike Buchholder, the Phillies head groundskeeper, to Shane Victorino, to Martinez crossing the plate. Bottom of the ninth with 2 outs and the winning run at second base. Carlos Ruiz is doubled down the right field line, has tied this baby up. Speaking of which, our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the Al Patterson's there and hit right off the heel of the glove. Michael Martinez, who pinch ran for Ryan Howard, who got a big double. Carlos Ruiz with a lot of emotion. Ooh, this is fun. This is our W.B. Mason delivery of the game. Now watch Jason Mott like, oh no, it was over. I know he hit it hard, but he
had it in his glove.
Right, on the heel of the glove. He almost overran it.
Lefty on lefty. Strike one to Glode.
Huge game for the Cardinals. Right in their hands there, and it got away. And maybe we'll get all the way away. That's what the Phillies are hoping.
15th ball game for Rhodes since joining the Cardinals. And Glode takes strike 2. It's 0-2. Phillies won last night in the 10th inning. They've tied it here tonight in the 9th inning. Looking to win it here in the 9th. 0-2 the count to Glode. And the pitch from Rhodes. Swing and a miss. We're going to extra innings for a second consecutive ball game. The Phillies tie it up here in the bottom of the 9th on a double by Carlos Ruiz. Maybe they will celebrate a division championship. We'll find out when we come back for the 10th. Second game over in left field. That's Michael Martinez, who came on to pinch run for Ryan Howard. Carlos Ruiz, well, he's the reason we're here in the top of the 10th inning because of his RBI double the opposite way. Phillies are 8-8 in extra inning ball games. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are 7-12. We talked about the Cardinals and their blown saves. Well, they've blown another one. So Tony La Russa, who has used every bit of his roster tonight, will make an adjustment to the Phillies lineup card with Ryan Matson coming into his 57th game. He's 4-2 with a 2.63 earned run average. They're in the 7th in Atlanta. It's 11-2 Mets. We're in the 10th here in Philadelphia in a 2-2 ball game.
This team just loves drama, don't they? They're good at it.
Well, they are good at it. You're right about that. Phillies have made a number of changes over the last minute or so.
Yeah, they're going to change that to an error.
And that's one of them. Ryan Theriot will lead it off here in the 10th.
You know, in all fairness, Corey Patterson was there. He almost overran that and hit the heel of the glove.
So it's not a double for Ruiz. It's an E9.
But he got the job done.
Yep.
That'll be an unearned run now, charge the Mott.
0-1 the count to Theriot. A looper. Utley over his head. And it's a base hit. An excuse me hit for Ryan Theriot. And the lead up batters board here in the 10th. Other changes for the Phillies that they've made. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs have lost game 4 of the Governor's Cup finals to the Columbus Clippers. So Columbus will advance, and they have won the Governor's Cup championship. They'll advance to play the PCL champion. And the Phillies, once that game came to a close, have announced some moves that have been made. Guys coming up as Molina bunts up the third base line. It's a fair ball. Sacrifice is successful. And the go-ahead runner's in scoring position. So tomorrow, when the Phillies come to the ballpark, Dominic Brown will return. Justin DeFreitas will come up. And they've also selected the contracts of Eric Kratz, Joe Savory, and Brandon Moss.
So reinforcements on the way for the Phillies. All these teams have been playing. They have really been outmanned. And now they're going to have some more players here, which will help in these games. They keep playing extra inning games, too.
Descalso swings and misses at a changeup. It's 0-1. Theriot's on second. To the count. A fastball in the inside corner. Salas is the right-hander wearing number 58. McClellan wears number 46.
Kyle McClellan's the guy who started a game against the Phillies out in St. Louis this year.
The 0-2 to Descalso. Change up. 1-2. Fly ball down the left field line. Here comes Martinez, and he can't get there. He and Polanco meet at the tarp. Ball just wasn't hit high enough for either of them to get there. Tomorrow is game 2 of this 4-game series. Tomorrow night. And by tomorrow night, the Phillies could be National League East champions for a 5th straight year. Fouls it off again. It remains 1-2.
And all kinds of teams probably rooting for teams that they wouldn't normally be. Like there's the Mets, the Atlanta Braves are probably saying, good, the Phillies tied that game.
Yeah, they're in the top of the 7th. The Mets are threatening again with 2 outs. Fly ball left field. And this one, Michael Martinez has plenty of time to get to. 2 outs.
He played quite a bit of outfield in spring training this year. You know, one of the reasons why they brought him north, other than the fact that number 1 was a Rule 5 and they had to see if they're going to keep him or not, but his versatility that he showed, that he could play the infield and the outfield, and there he gets a fly ball.
Well, he's played 2 games now in left field. He's played 8 games in center field.
Right, and there you see the dugout, and that's Sam Perlazo doing that, and Juan Samuel. You know, tell him just basically straight away on this hitter.
Shane Robinson's the hitter. Don't forget the Cardinals have made some adjustments to their lineup because they were leading late in the ball game, so they put some defensive replacements in. Took out some of their offensive threats, like John Jay, the center fielder. Robinson's in for him, and Alan Craig, the right fielder. Patterson was in for him.
Yeah, Berkman's out of the game.
Berkman's out of the ball game.
Albert's still in there.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
And you got Madsen right now, a chance to face some guys who haven't seen him. And, you know, a lot of times that can work for Ryan Madsen. He's really struggling with his changeup because this kid's never seen it. What's this guy throw? Well, fastball, changeup. Okay, just 2 pitches. I'm ready.
The 1-2. Got him.
Figured,
why not? Throw another changeup. He got him with a strikeout. The Cardinals leave the potential tying run in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 10th here at Citizens Bank Park. That guy is going to lead things off with the Phillies and the Cardinals tied at 1. Ryan Madsen does his job in a big way by keeping this in a 2-2 game. Marty Bystrom. They'll break down tonight's matchup with all the highlights, insights, and much more as the Phils inch closer to the National League East Championship. It's the Phillies postgame show live from Sugar House Casino, and it's coming up next. Some changes. Chambers moves from left field to center field. as the moves keep on happening for the Cardinals.
McClellan is going to hit ninth.
McClellan will hit ninth.
And they also put Tyler Green in left field.
First pitch from McClellan to Rollins, taken down low.
They moved Chambers to center field. Welcome to spring training with a lot more atmosphere.
Popped him up, shallow left for call is there, one away. So Rollins 0 for 5 tonight. And here comes Victorino. Victorino's walked his last 2 times up. 0 for 8 against McClellan. Little spinner to shortstop for call. Has to hurry and just gets it over in time. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 10th. And that'll bring Chase Utley to the plate. Michael Schwimmer, who got his first major league victory last night, warming up again here tonight.
Yeah, that kind of got lost in the drama of that game last night. That was his first major league win, so congratulations.
Yeah, he was excited about it today when I talked to him. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Utley takes low, 1-0.
And rightfully so, how it got lost in the excitement of
That's
Ryan
true,
Howard's
too.
hit.
There's Ryan. His double got it rolling.
One of the game's great pinch hitters.
Outside and low, 2-1.
Think how close he was at being out at second.
How close this game was to being over a couple times.
And the ball to right off goes off Patterson's glove with a runner at second. Martinez, he scores easily.
3-1 now to Chase with Hunter Pence on deck. Talk about coming close to giving the Phillies the lead his last time up. Chase lifts it to left center field. Chambers is there, and the Phillies are retired in order here at the bottom of the 10th inning. So this game will head to the 11th with all of its dramatics, with all of its flair. It's a 2-2 ball game. Well, what a game it's been so far. We go to the top of the 11th. It's a 2-2 ball game. What you just saw was a synopsis of what's happened through the first 10 innings. And no one ever said winning a National League East championship was going to be easy. At least getting to the last edge of the finish line. Michael Schwimmer, who won last night for the Phillies, is on here in the top of the 11th.
Well, they're playing a team right now, too, that's fighting you tooth and nail because they have a lot to gain by winning this ball game when they look up and see the Braves losing. So the Cardinals are, they're a team that are really after you right now, and the Phillies, they just compete.
Rafael Furcal has been on base twice tonight. A walk in the second. That was a bases loaded walk against Vance Worley, who started the game with the first 6. He allowed a run, had 3 walks on 6 hits. Inside 2-0. Phillies options in the bullpen are dwindling. Michael Stutz and Joe Blanton are what's left for the Phils right now.
That's why they're going to get some reinforcements from AAA tomorrow.
2-1. Line drive toward right field. That's going to head to the wall, and Furcal is going to head toward second. Pence got to it, but Furcal is going to get to second easily. He's there with a stand-up double.
Guy can still play. He's been hurt so much with his back and all the problems he's had, but Rafael Furcal can still do a lot of things. And that's why they picked him up. Fell behind him, and he hooks his double towards right field. And they'll try to bunt him over.
Well, it's Patterson who's coming up. St. Louis is 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. They've left 13. Well, let's hope they can leave 14.
Yeah. Patterson needs to do something for his team here after dropping that line drive and right. Keep this game going.
He bunts to the right side. It's a good bunt. It'll get Furcal over to third.
Ooh.
That was not an easy play for Chase Utley.
Wow.
3-4 in the sacrifice.
He's not used to, that's not a combination that's used to each other either. Mayberry and Utley, and he threw him about a 90-mile-an-hour slider there, it looked like.
All right, Wheels, what are they going to do?
They're going to walk out with
they
are.
are.
There ain't no way he's going to beat them. Here it is. Look at him flip this thing, and he threw that hard from a close distance. Well, this was a given, and Tony La Russa knows it. No matter what he does there, if the base is open at first, they're going to walk him. Ooh. That's an interesting intentional walk that Schwimmer's putting together right now.
Well, this the next batter is Lance Berkman's spot in the order.
Look at this flip.
Yeah. Well, he's got it down.
Over in the radio booth, someone is going, man, that looks like me a little bit. Only he can throw it near the catcher. Larry had a little trouble with that.
Rich Dubie's going out to the mound. As we mentioned, this is Berkman's spot in the order. And Berkman was lifted a couple innings ago. So it's Chambers who will pinch hit, or excuse me, will bat. Phillies have thrown 181 pitches tonight. The Cardinals 158. Now, what Rich Dubie's talking about, I would think, is just ways to pitch Chambers, but also to realize that he might squeeze.
Right. They have to talk about that, because Tony La Russa is a guy that will do that. You don't know much about this guy Chambers. Whether he's a guy that can hit a fly ball for them right here. At AAA this year, he had 19 doubles, 5 triples, and 10 home runs. So he's not a Judy up there punching Judy.
He just took a peek down to Jose Oquendo in the third base coach's box. Furcal leads off third. The Phillies play the infield in.
And you have to deal with giving signs about if the runner goes from first, but that's unlikely with Pujols.
Not the way he's running tonight.
Yeah. Did they give anything away there? nothing. Got that backdoor to the corner, but didn't get it.
Double play, double play.
Notice they're not playing for a double play right now because this guy must have good speed on their scouting reports on him, so they can't afford to play for a double play and allow the run to score if they don't get it. So they're playing the infield in right there with one out. If it was a slow runner at home plate, they'd play the infield back maybe and go for double play, or at least take a chance. Threw that right by him. Yeah, 22 stolen bases to lead their club, so there's another reason why they're doing it.
Call leads off third. Pujols off first. 1-1 the count. And a step over to third, a look to first just to see if something was up again.
That has to be. I mean, Pujols hadn't gone anywhere. I don't know whether they do that to see if maybe he would show
if he would just slide a little bit,
sliding his hands up the bat. What do you think? He threw a fastball by him up.
Those guys thought they were going to celebrate two different times tonight. Ryan Howard was able to leg out a double.
Well, the team that plays in this park doesn't usually make it easy for anybody to come in and do that.
Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. What a play by Ruiz.
Great play. He went for the strikeout with a breaking ball there, and he had to block it.
Sam Palazzo just signaled something to Chase Utley, and Utley just sent it over to Mayberry too. Trying to get a fastball by him. He fouled it away.
Been late on it. You know, he went for the strikeout with a breaking ball, but he's late on fastballs. Guy like Furcal at third. Of course, they're going to go on contact here. As you could see him coming down the line immediately when that ground ball was hit. And that's another reason why they have that infield in.
Outside, 3-2. I'll give Chambers some credit. He's fouled off a few pitches. Now he's run it to 3-2.
Now they're all looking over at Oquendo right now to see if Pujols is going to run here on 3-2.
Dave McKay just whispered something to Albert Pujols. Earlier in the ball game, Pujols did run. 3-2, one out. First and third. The pitch. Line drive, base hit it to right field. First hit of the year for Chambers. Furcal scores, and it's 3-2 St. Louis. Not only his first hit of the year, but it's his first major league hit, and it turns out to be an RBI.
Looked like he threw him a high breaking ball there. They trying to get him out with sliders. He was late on fastballs. That's a breaking ball right there, and it did not get down out of the zone. And give him credit, he nailed it.
Well, Tyler Green will bat. Well, it's a feeling that not many in this world have a major league hit, but also to get an RBI to give his team a lead. That's got to feel pretty good.
In a big game, an extra inning. Huge game for the Cardinals. Keep it at 1 again.
Towering fly ball deep to left field. Martinez going back at the wall, and it's off his glove, and it's rolling off the top of the wall. He doesn't realize it. Pujols scores. Chambers heading for home. The throw to the plate by Rollins, and it is in time. It's 4-2 St. Louis. And Green is over at third. He'll get an RBI. And Tony La Russa, I believe, is going to question whether that ball was out of the yard or not. It's got to go over the small fence.
Right. And
that's above the green fence, and it kind of just rolled along the fence.
Right, as you called it, Tom. It goes off his glove, or did it? Yep, off his glove, and now it's rolling along the Modell sign there on the top of the padding, and that ball's in play, and the umpires had it in play. He has no idea where it is. Right there off the webbing of the glove and rolling around. So they get 1 run out of it and 1 run thrown out at the plate, so a double and an RBI.
And to third on the throw is Green. Here's Terrio, who takes outside. So it's 4-2 St. Louis here in the top of the 11th.
This is a really good throw by Jimmy Rollins and a nice play by Carlos Ruiz on the other end.
And ball 4. Terrio draws a walk. So first and third. And then Yadier Molina.
Nobody up in the bullpen. They really don't have a whole lot of options. Now they're going to get somebody up. Stutes pitched a couple innings yesterday. Joe Blanton would be the guy, I guess.
Yeah, he's starting to throw right now. Probably going to take Joe some time, though, to get himself loosened up.
Yeah. And the fans are getting restless. One other pitcher in there, but you know they're kind of strapped right now. There's Stutes. He's probably not available.
Ground ball back toward the middle. Rollins is there. He'll flip to Utley, and the inning is finally over. But the Cardinals take the lead. An RBI single by Chambers, his first major league hit, and then Tyler Green hits one off the fence, above the fence. It took a roll, and another run scored. inning they did. Now they have to come from behind in the bottom of the 11th. Michael Schwimmer, who got his first major league win last night, is on the hook right now with the Phillies down 4-2 here in the bottom of the 11th. A new pitcher for the Cardinals, another guy that's closed for them this year. It's Fernando Salas, 5-6 with a 2.39 earned run average. He has 5 of their blown saves, 23 saves overall, and 28 opportunities. And this is indeed a save situation. Down in Atlanta, they've gone to the bottom of the 8th, 1 out. It's 11-2 Mets. So a win by the Mets means the magic number is at 1. And if the Phillies win here tonight, coupled with that victory by New York, they'd be the National League East champs.
And tomorrow the Braves play early, right?
Right. And a strike to Pence.
Well, they're going to have to come back with at least 2 to tie.
Pence tonight's 0 for 4. One ball, one strike to count.
This has not been a comfortable part of the game for the Cardinals this year.
Must be a terrible feeling.
Well, yeah, you expect the worst.
Fly ball, shallow right. Patterson comes in. 1 away. Phillies had 2 outs in the 9th when they put the rally together to tie it.
Phillies top 4 hitters tonight 0 for 18 with a walk, with 2 walks, 2 runs scored.
Yeah, it's been 5, 6, 7, and a couple guys off the bench that have done it.
You have 2 runs tonight, and one of the reasons being the first 4 are 0 for 18.
Polanco takes to the knees. It's 0-1. Tomorrow, game 2 will feature Roy Oswalt against Jake Westbrook. Ground ball through the hole on the left side. So that means the tying run is coming to the plate. John Mayberry's due up. Second hit for Polanco tonight. Well, as Wheels said, this team does not go down quietly.
No, the Phillies always seem to kick up a fuss. And here they come again, as you said, getting the tying run up there. Tom, they do have on the bench Bowker or from the left side, and Valdez, who we believe is available tonight from the right side.
Yeah, Wilson told me today that he felt great and he was going to run, and that was going to be that would dictate whether he could play or not. Bowker is in the on-deck circle. John Mayberry tonight is 2 for 4. Had an RBI back to the second, and he takes outside. You wonder how Salas would react or will react if the Phillies get another runner aboard.
Let's find out.
Well, Big John was taking a swing to try to tie this baby up.
really grown then as that pitch off speed of some kind. Looked like it may have had the plate. Don't even want to look.
They've turned those caps inside and out tonight, trying to get another rally going. Checked his swing. They'll appeal. No swing. It's 3-2.
Keeps throwing him changeups. His last two pitches were really tough to stay off, I would think. Here comes another changeup. It's down, and he doesn't swing.
Bruce Dreckman. Two outs.
Got him with a changeup that time. He just kept throwing it to him.
Well, that'll bring John Bowker to the plate.
I think it was 3 straight changeups. Didn't go after 2 of them. Fourth one's out of strike zone. Third one's out of strike zone 2, but really tough to stay off that because that looked like it was a strike all the way to the plate.
John Bowker's 0 for 6 as a Philly. And Yadier Molina is going to go out and talk to Salas real quick.
Yeah, they're going to come out and give him a scouting report. That's Derek Lilliquist, huh? Left-hander, pitched in this league for a number of years. Crafty lefty.
Said he's the interim pitching coach for the time being, as Dave Duncan is back home. His wife had surgery. Well, John Bowker is due. Trying to make a lasting impact. He's 0 for 6, as we said, as a Philly. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup again from Salas.
Yeah, he's got a good one going right now. They just may stay with it.
They're in the 9th in Atlanta. Bowker's the tying run. Salas watched his teammate Jason Mott blow a save earlier. Polanco goes. The pitch lined right at Ryan Theriot. And the Cardinals have won this one in extra innings. So the celebration will have to wait for the Phillies at least one more day. They lose tonight by a final score of 4-2. Chambers gets his first big league hit, his first big league RBI, and it turns out to be the game winner for the St. Louis Cardinals. Albert Pujols, for the second time in his career, he reached base 6 times in a ball game, and he is our Chevrolet player of the game. Well, the Cardinals, they're hot, and they're driving toward a spot in the postseason. They win it tonight by a final score of 4-2. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about it right after this.